musical. It's an opera. Jerry Springer the opera, I think it might be called.
When you think Jerry Springer, you don't necessarily think opera.
That Jerry Springer the opera goes beyond and says, how far are we actually going to go for entertainment's sake? And how far could something like the Jerry Springer show actually go before it's too much?
Probably one of the funniest and maybe rudest shows I've ever been in.
It's different than other normal musical theater and operas in that, like, you know, it is a little bit pushing the boundaries, which I like. And right now there's so much censorship going on in, you know, in the news and like at schools and stuff like that. So it's great to actually do a show that is pushing through that and it's not censored.
Playing Jonathan, the warm-up man, and Satan. Jerry's warm-up man. He's worked with Jerry for a fair amount of time, but through the time that he's worked with Jerry, he's gotten kind of a big head. He's become kind of an egotist about his role in the Jerry Springer show, and it comes back to bite him in the ass a little bit when Jerry fires him for being too much of a show-off. Second act, he comes back playing Satan, which is a really interesting parallel. But we see Satan asking Jerry to host a show in hell for him, asking Jesus for an apology so that he's able to get back into heaven.
Why are you dragging me down to hell? I'm not a bad guy. I just got lucky, that's all. I mean, Jesus, is that a sin? No! See, they agree.
Is it incredibly funny? I found it to be a biting, satirical, social commentary, which I really enjoy. Some people might call that controversial. I call that interesting.
77 years ago, our founding fathers brought forth upon this continent a new nation conceived in liberty, conceived in freedom, and other abstract concepts like smell.
Springer the opera means to art definitely number one, freedom of expression. I read somewhere that obviously the show is written across the pond in Great Britain, and so it's Britain's view of America and Americans.
And a certain kind of social equality in that everyone there is allowed to say whatever they want, no matter how stupid and ill-informed it is. And I think there's something noble about that, genuinely.
The show's theme of, you know, how far can one go before it's just obscene. Obviously it's there, it's in the lyrics, but the amazing thing is people from the outside think that Jerry Springer, the man, is this way, and he's not. He's a businessman. He has been doing this for, I think, over 25 years. And he has even said if he would have come up with the idea of Jerry Springer the opera, he would have, but he didn't. Springer knows that he will be judged one day for what his beliefs are. And I think the show touches upon the fact that the outside of Jerry's cover is that he is a nasty, selfish individual, where it's just that he's hosting this talk show that brings to light human quality. And as Jerry says, what are we going to be remembered for? And hopefully we will be remembered for love.
because it's going to be a great show. First of all, like my castmates are so talented and awesome.
Come to see Jerry Springer the opera if they are curious about Jerry Springer. I had one lady say, "Oh, I've always wanted to see a taping." Actually can understand what people are saying because it's all sung and nobody interrupts each other during the singing. You should come if you love Jerry Springer, because this is like a exaltation Jerry Springer times 100, you should right? Come to Jerry Springer the opera if you hate Jerry Springer.
It's a good time. There's some great music. There's a lot of comedy, and it might make you laugh and it might make you think, which I think all good art does.